Right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. So today we've got a little bit of a different dynamic. We've got father, son, and mother all coming on and talking about their experiences here at JD Training. So, guys, welcome to the podcast. We've got Lee, we've got Helen, and we've got Bradley. We'll go Sunday name. Bradley. Welcome to the podcast, guys. So, obviously, the reason I thought it would be good to bring you guys on, number one, is the amount you've achieved, and that's obviously results is what we kind of get involved in. That's the whole point behind JD Training, is results driven, but also is the dynamics as well. We've got Helen, who's worked with us online. Brad's done a little bit of online and then come in person, and you don't know how to use an app, do you, Lee? So you've just worked in person. Cool. So let's start with you then, Helen. Tell us a little bit about how much weight did you lose?
I lost 2 stone.
And how long were you on the programme?
Is it 16 weeks?
16 weeks.
Yeah. It was 3 years ago I did it.
Is that what it was now?
Yeah. I checked before I came.
Did you? Oh, I like Rob and shit. She's like Rob. Is that what it was 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years, yeah.
Okay, so, right, so how much did you lose again?
2 stone.
And where are you now compared to where you finished last time?
I'm about the same.
Exactly the same.
Well, within a few pounds I'll be.
That's insane.
Yeah, I have gone up a little bit at times, but since Lee's been training and I've been walking, it's come back down, so...
Cool.
But it's never got out of hand.
Yeah, so 16 weeks, in, out, fixed,
Done.
and that's done.
Yeah.
Proper Cooper style, eh?
Absolutely. Don't mess about.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, Helen is Rob Cooper's sister. Rob Cooper is my father-in-law. So yeah, and again, that was pretty much the journey, wasn't it, for you? There wasn't that much support needed. You just got in, followed the schedule, lost the weight, and never looked back. What was the biggest change? What was the biggest change that you made with regards to that weight loss?
It was the exercise, because I never did exercise. We tried to go walks, didn't we? But but that was when we started really sort of stepping out, and we did do a lot of walking, and it was good. And I think that has helped. Well, it's definitely helped sort of on Lee's journey. Yeah. Definitely.
And when you say exercise then, what we're talking, how many steps were you doing before you started the programme?
Oh, probably not many, because I was working in an office, so might have done about 5,000 if I was lucky on a day.
Did you track them?
No.
Did you have any understanding of what they meant or calories or anything like that?
Not really, no, we just winged it.
Just winged it.
Yeah.
Just winged it. I love it. And then what with regards to step count, because I know obviously steps was a big part of your journey. What was the step count that you were getting daily, and what is it that you're getting daily now?
Well, I always tried to do about 10,000, and I think you upped it to 12 or 15, I can't remember. But of a weekend now, I can get 12,000 because I go walking with Lee. But during the week, I'm not as good. But I do try to get sort of 10 if I can. But darker nights, I have to admit, it's not as easy.
It's not as easy. And what about nutrition then? Would you say you were well versed? Did you know what nutrition was? Did you understand nutrition? And then how did that make a difference?
We always tried to eat healthily, but we didn't, and it has been a learning curve, and we've got it in our heads now, and I think we've got the mentality as well, and the understanding. We know what we can have, what we can't have, what we shouldn't have, but what we do have. But if we do go, I won't say we go on a bender, but like last weekend we went away.
Are you laughing at Brad?
But you look at things differently, and you do choose things differently when you're away, and okay, we've probably drank too much and that, but back on it this week, and you've got back down, haven't you?
So when we're talking about, so you said you went on a bender, so we're now talking about alcohol, rather than food. Talk to me a little bit about that. What did it look like before? Did you make some massive changes? Did you stop drinking? Because I think a lot of people that potentially going to watch this, I don't drink anymore.
No.
And that's generally because of my behaviour more than anything. And also because of the kids as well. Like, don't want to set a bad example, don't want to going out and getting into mischief and doing whatever. Don't want a bad head with 4 kids under 7. I couldn't think of anything worse. So there's all them kind of reasons, but it's not a one size fits all. And one of the things when people come on the programme, they're like, do you think I should give up drinking? And I'm like, well, I can't really answer that. You have to look at where the calories are getting in, whether it serves you. For some people, they continue to drink and they get results. For some people, it's the drinking that holds them back. You have to look at it as like a bit of a 360. So what would you say was the take home for you? Because you didn't stop drinking, did you, throughout
No,
yours?
and I said to you when I started, I can still have a drink, and I can still have a drink. But I changed what I drank, because I used to be like a cider drinker, and there's nothing worse than cider, is there? But now I have my gin and I have my wine, and it works.
Yeah.
In moderation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it goes back to. You don't have to give it up. And that's
No.
for some people they do, because for some people that is the very thing that's letting them down. And if it's every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're going way over your calories because of alcohol, then you need to make a change. But I would say for a lot of people, they just need to swap it out. So like we said there about the gin, it's like one of the things I talk to a lot of my clients about is like, you've got cider, you've got beer, you've got wine, you've got spirits. And if you look at them as a whole and you're looking from a calorie perspective, you're going to get a lot more spirits and a lot more bang for your buck if you're drinking that than you are potentially going away and drinking Guinness. Yeah. So again, it's just about changing it. It's not about stopping. And I think that's one of the key things with every single kind of person that we've spoke about today, and every kind of person that we spoke to today, is it looks different for every single person, because there isn't a one size fits all. There isn't do this, do this, do this. And if there was, it'd be quite easy to prescribe it to people. We don't do meal plans. It's about education. It's about support. So brothers, you talk to me a little bit. You've done a little bit of the online.
Yeah.
You've done the in-person now coming up 12 week. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You talk to me a little bit about how much you've lost. How did you find the online? How did you find the in-person? Which one did you enjoy?
For me, it was more in person. Works a lot better because obviously, started online probably. Well, no, now how long ago?
Probably not long after you're probably about not long after your mum finished.
Yeah, so when you finished, I started on the online initially. I did the first batch dinner, and it's because there's not much. Almost, it's easy to get out of it. Almost, you come home from work, oh, sod this, I can't be asked tonight.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can't get results and stuff like that. But it for me in person was a lot better because it's like you're coming home on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you know, right, those are nights that you're gonna go and get grilled by you, really. But
yeah, we won't go into that too much for the camera, Brad, not for YouTube. But yeah, no, you're right, and again, that's what I want people to be honest, because you're right. For some people, online's a better option. Yeah, we've had Becca in today who's done online, then she's done in person, and then because of family commitment, she's got 3 young kids. She's now gone back online, and every single phase that she's done has played a part. Like, it was great for her coming in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like you say, but then actually it got to a point where she probably didn't need that anymore, and going back and being present on an evening is going to be better for the family kind of dynamics. But she can, because she's built them habits, then start going to the gym. She still has the support, but she doesn't need to physically be there in person. Whereas for some people, like you said, especially young lads, get home, can't be asked. Like, they've been to work, you're earning your keep, aren't you? You're earning a wage. You can afford to get takeaways. You can afford to go out with your missus. You can afford to go to the pub. And the first thing you're thinking when you've been at work all day is not, right, come on, I'm going to get up and start throwing kettlebells about in my bedroom.
no.
So that's it. So how much weight have you lost this 11 week, I suppose we're on now, for you?
I think it's about 1.5 stone altogether because I initially went up dinner. So the first 2 weeks I think I climbed, which was my fault, my own. And yeah, and it took me a while to come to terms with that and agree with you to that because you knew all along what it was.
Agree.
But yeah, and then I think I climbed probably another 0.5 stone and then dropped right off now. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think like we said, I say to people all the time, you're not agreeing with me. It's science. If I take a pen and I drop it and it hits the floor, no one will argue. That's gravity. If you're not losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit. It's not to argue whether you are or you aren't. It's more to explore like what's going on. Yeah. And you can only do that when people are being honest about the foods that they're eating and stuff like that. Yeah. Lee, what week is it for you now? Is it 23?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Week 23 in it, second 12-week block. Yeah. And how much have you lost in total so far?
2.5 stone now.
2.5 stone. Getting there now, eh, lad?
Yeah,
Just about. So talk to me, what is it for you? Because obviously, again, you wasn't in a gym environment. You didn't even contemplate doing the online. You decided to take action. We had the old Fit at 50 kind of.
Fit 50, about, probably about 12 months of being told every week that I need to get Fit 50. And deep down I knew.
Yeah.
It's actually finding the right time for me, I think, to say, right, now when I start, I want to try and make a difference. And
what was stopping you? You say, like, getting told I was Fit at 50. What was stopping you?
I would say a bit of confidence, really.
Which is mad, really, isn't it? If you think about it, and again for people watching, and this is what this is why we invite people on, is because we want people to resonate with people. The whole idea of people coming on and sharing their stories, someone will hear something and it'll resonate with them. And so you've said there about confidence, whereas actually in the gym, you're very, very strong. Well, you both are, but you're very, very strong. You're very, very fit. You're a bit of a boy. We're trying to censor you on here, so you're a bit of a boy. You can handle yourself when it comes to a bit of banter. But so why would someone, if let's say Helen said she was lacking confidence to come into the gym, right? People would maybe look and think, okay, like I kind of get that. But someone with yourself, people probably wouldn't.
Lad. Yeah, you think a big lad, yeah.
Big lad, not even that, big lad, fit, strong. Why would someone like you worry about coming in?
It's just the unknown, in it, of different people.
Is that what it was?
I kind of like struggling getting involved with people at the start. And when I'm in that, then
Yeah, which is,
I do kind of.
and again, that's mad coming from, and this is another thing, you learn a lot about people when they come on here, because that's, from where I'm standing, that's crazy to think that. And again, someone watching this, whether it's someone who's played rugby, whether it's someone that's played cricket, someone that's been involved in sport, this might be the catalyst moment where they watch that and go, do you know what, I feel the same and I'm going to take action. Because where I'm stood, like, I wouldn't have thought that before the podcast, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have thought that. Yeah, okay, you was having a few beers. Yeah, you were probably eating too much. But with regards to confidence, you come in, like say, you've lost a lot of weight, you're fit, you're strong. You were fit and strong before, even when you were carrying 2.5 stone heavier. So to think that someone like you would be lacking in confidence, that's exactly what we bring people on for. So people can look and think, okay, well, if he was, maybe I was.
Yeah.
And when did that change then? Was it week 1 to week 2? Was it a few weeks?
No, I think week 2, I think I kind of started feeling in my stride kind of thing. And
Yeah, so it didn't take long then.
no, it helped like with Rob being in there as well. You know, somebody new.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
a couple of the girls as well, but
Well, you all know each other around
we
here,
all do,
don't you?
yeah.
You're all like semi-related. We've spoke about this a couple of times, especially we've had a couple of people that have obviously travelled up from down south, and we've spoke about how up here it is tribal, isn't it? Like it is still quite tribal in Cumbria. People do generally know each other. So you pretty much would have known everyone in that group-ish, of who they were.
Yeah.
Maybe not to speak to, but you would have known who they were.
Definitely.
So it took you a couple of weeks. So is it fair to say then that kind of stepping over that first line, joining up to a programme, was something that you kind of built up to be bigger than it was?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's just getting over that first step in it.
Yeah.
And then you're following on from that. Once you make the start, it definitely gets easier.
Yeah, and I think that's again something that I often talk about with people is it is about taking that first step. It is about starting to track your food, and it's not meant to feel easy. Do you know what I mean? Like I went through quite a big change with regards when the business took off. Suddenly, like I had to learn about tax, I had to learn about VAT, I had to learn how to run a business. I had to learn that once you were taking staff on, like paying into national insurance contributions, and again, people from where I'm from, essentially, we didn't think of like people like that running a business. I never thought I'd run a business. I'd always PT, but I never thought I'd an actual business and dealing with the finances that we've ended up dealing with. So I can definitely relate to that a little bit. But again, I say to people all the time, once you start taking action on it, if I'd have known at school, what I know now about running a business, I'd have done it from the start, because I realised it's not that hard, and the people make it sound harder than it actually is. And I think fitness is exactly the same. Like it's not that hard. You come in, and as long as you start at the right level and you're not going in trying to overcomplicate it or stress the body too much and picking up injuries, it's not that hard. And as long as you can bodyweight squat, you then go to goblet squat. When you can goblet squat, you can then go to back squat with a barbell. And once you can do them all well, you can then start loading it up and putting some weight on. So again, that's something for people to resonate with at home. You might have felt a little bit like that, but once you were through them doors, it was 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you was kind of found your stride. Yeah. How does it work then? The dynamics with regards all of you. So let's start with you, Helen. What are the pluses? What are the benefits of kind of everyone kind of being on a journey, and then what are the negatives? You don't have to censor yourself here. Go. What were the pluses? What are the benefits, and what are the negatives?
It's easy because we're all eating the same, we're all doing the same, and
so was it harder for you then? I posed the question. Was it harder for you
when I was doing it on my own?
Yeah, you're doing it on your own, and Lee wants to get on the sesh.
Yeah,
or he wants
because
to
if
get a
I was
takeaway
having some semi-healthy to eat, and I gave it to him, he'd be like,
"Is that it?"
You know?
Yeah.
But now when we're all on the same thing,
Yeah.
it's simple. We prep every Sunday. I've just done it now. Chicken and rice. I do my batch cooking.
Oh, I see it. Don't worry, Brad's on the AI, so I see it. Don't you worry.
I have my whiteboard and I list all my food for the week, all the meals, so we
Yeah.
know what we're having, and
Perfect.
we're organised, aren't we? But it's definitely easy when we're all doing it.
Cool. So what are the negatives?
These two's competitiveness, guys.
Is it? Is that what it is? Kids in there, the boys.
come-
I lifted more than you.
I've burnt so many calories. What have you done? And
Yeah, it is like that in the gym, to be fair. They're like kids. It is like that. They are like that in the gym. But do you know what? Again, where that might be a negative for you, in the gym, I always say this, it's proper lifted in the gym, because what's happened is these guys have come in. They both are really, really strong, and it's lifted Jeff, who's just been in on the podcast. It's lifted him. He's hit PBs all this block, and that's because Lee's come in. Rob has started putting a bit more weight on, hasn't he? And that competitive nature, I believe, but I am one of them alpha male idiots. I believe it's what you need. I believe when you get people in that environment, if someone, let's say you've got Jeff and you've got Rob in there, then Rob's not that competitive. And if he is, I think Rob is, but he's not externally competitive.
No.
He's not loud. Do you know what I mean? And Jeff's the same. I think Jeff is secretly competitive, but they're not going to, they're more like, oh, well done to each other. Whereas when you get people come in that are willing to be like, get some weight on that, and that's very much what I'm like. For me, it might have been a negative for you, but for me in the studio, it's been a massive plus, and again, as much as we're gonna probably have to try and Lee's on best behaviour in it today.
Yeah.
But again, Lee coming into the group was big as well, because he'll probably tell you, I'll come in and it sounds awful, but I'm like, unless you've been told today there's something wrong with your children, or you've decided you'll now live in Palestine, shut up, just get in here, work hard, have a laugh, and get on with it, because people come in and they bring the mood. And again, I don't want to go too much into the mindset work, but when you'll probably often hear like the quote like, oh, I'm just not on the same wavelength as that person. And what that comes down to is someone's frequency. So every mood's got a frequency. So if I'm up here and I'm bringing the energy, and someone else is down here, they're either going to come up to my frequency, I'm going to go down to theirs, or they're going to go, do you know what, I can't be bothered listening to him every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So for me, I need more people that are going to keep that, rather than coming in like, oh, I've had a hard day at work today. It's like everyone has.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the kids were up. Yeah, well, we've all got them. Don't have them. Do you know, I've got 4, do you know what I mean? Man, I've all been sick and done whatever. Like, stop it. Let's get on with it. We're all here. If we let that energy drop, it'll be the same as the rest of your day. This is meant to be the best part of your day. Get in, work hard, and get it done. So it might have been a negative for you, but for me, it's been a massive, massive plus, especially when it's in person as well. It's good online when people start getting competitive and stuff, but in person, it's much better. It's much better.
Yeah, no, it's not a real negative. It's just what we get each Monday.
boys
Wednesday,
being
Friday.
boys, isn't it?
We've always pushed.
All right, Lee, it's not your turn. It's Helen's turn.
Fingers on lips.
Fingers on lips. Get him told, Brad. Fingers on lips. So, Bradders, what's the pluses? What's the benefits? What's the negatives?
I like the structure of it. Knowing, all right, 3 nights a week, you get your rest days, but you're gonna go and put a bit of graft in for 3 hours a week.
Yeah.
Obviously the environment. Enjoy the environment. Enjoy
Getting hammered.
getting out, getting hammered.
You love getting hammered, don't you, Brad? You love
Yeah,
it. You love a bit of grief.
Yeah, and then come home and it's just grief. I did more than you in this. Blah 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 blah. blah. So what? You know.
And what's the negatives? What's the hard bit? What's been the hard bit about everyone doing it?
I don't really know. Don't think there is many, to be fair.
Constant eyeballs. You can't sit home. Like again,
Yeah,
if your mum and dad weren't doing it, and
Yeah.
there was just me watching what you eat, you could sit home, put your feet up, have a burger, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Whereas,
it's quite easy to do that. But
whereas now your mum's gonna be like,
yeah.
yeah,
But it's when you get home, it's like I'm gonna go for a walk, or he might already be out having a walk if he decides to finish work early or something like that. And it's right, so he's off out, and he's like just moans at me because I haven't. And it's like, well, steps, but it's working for me at the minute. It's working for you, so
it's working, innit? It's
That's
working,
it.
boys.
Yeah.
Oh, so that
he's a good driver, aren't you? Though.
I said to you, how can you do so little? My choice. Right, well,
So go on then, Lee. Talk to me. What's the benefit of everyone doing it, and what's the negatives?
benefit, yeah, feeling positive. Yeah, good energy. Yeah, just like getting in amongst people, really.
Yeah, you put a shift in. To be fair, both of you. So what's the negatives? Have Brad and Helen also on the way with it?
Not enough food.
Yeah.
Some days you're fine, and then other days you suffer, especially when you got to train and you want to go and train hard. You think, I've got
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, and again, that I always talk, and I'm big on this, there's lots of people that exercise, okay? So there's lots of people that go out and move aimlessly, and that's what I call exercise. So people will go out, they'll do things, they'll go for a run, they'll go do an exercise class, they'll lift some weights in the gym. But for me, if there isn't a goal at the end of it, that's exercise. Training is very different. So training is goal orientated. So what we have to think when it comes to training is, what's the goal? And the goal right now, as we know with regards both of you, is to drop body fat. So that is where you don't need to feel energized coming into the gym. And I know you want to, because that competitive nature is like, I want to come in, I want to work hard, I want to lift hard. But actually, when you're looking at dropping body fat, it comes to a calorie deficit. And a calorie deficit comes to energy in, energy out. So sometimes it's definitely worth like feeling a little bit lackluster, but knowing you're in a deficit. Because what you'll generally find, and lads are big on that, is they're like, oh, I'm going to have this because I'm going to the gym. But actually, deep down, they never openly talk about what the goal is. And most lads, when you get them to one side, unless they're obviously playing sport or whatever, they want to look better. And they've been going to the gym for years, never actually changed the way they look because they've never dropped the body fat. And they don't do that because they're always thinking about fueling the workouts. Oh, I need to get some of this in, I need to get that in, I need to get that in if I want to perform well. And it's like, well, the goal is not performing well. The goal is to drop body fat. So that's kind of where that comes in. I would say definitely Helen gets the short straw in this gig, because she does the prepping, doesn't she? Brad's little pack lunch is ready for him, innit?
Oh, yeah.
And is.
And is, yeah. Well, he's even tracked for him, innit? At least you used the AI.
Yeah.
He's even tracked for him,
You
innit?
can't use
Oh,
the
yeah, I
app,
have
can
to
you?
do that for you as well, don't I?
Yeah, don't
Can't
use
use
the
your
app.
phone, can you?
The weight on. Have you logged the food?
Brilliant. Because he knows I'll give him grief for it otherwise.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to come into a whole load of grief.
Yeah, this morning he said, have you posted them stats? Yes.
To be fair, mate, I've not been on this morning. You get a clear run. I've been in the gym and then I've been filming these all day. So again, you'll be all right today. But tomorrow, who will?
You'll be happy.
Good. I better be. I better be.
And me.
Oh, you got another little pound off?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, look at that. Get in there. Get in. So then, one of the things again that I wanted to discuss, and I've already kind of alluded to it and spoke about it, is what people generally see is people, when someone is, let's say, thin, or when they're not carrying much body fat, people think they're fit or people think they're healthy. And again, one of the things, and I remember speaking to Brad when Brad came in, Brad's resting heart rate was low, really low. And I think one of the things that surprised me, and I'm going to be really honest, especially more so with Brad, was his work ethic. And that's why Brad does get a hard time, because it is definitely Brad's food. And we've had this, and he's now, obviously, that's where we had the first 2 weeks, didn't we, Brad? You spoke about it. Yeah. So, and again, for the people watching at home, it just shows the importance of nutrition, because Brad was coming in the gym. Brad was already fit. He was already strong. He was playing sport, but obviously wanted to lose some body fat. And he was coming in, absolutely smashing the workouts, but weight wasn't coming off. And it took for me to get the board out, didn't we, Brad?
Yeah.
You got the whiteboard out in front of everyone. And this is, again, going back to people watching, is you have to know your clients and you have to know how people are going to take things. And obviously, I'm just not saying it's a gender thing, but some of the girls I definitely wouldn't have done that to. But we got Bradders out, didn't we? We called him out. We literally drew it out for him. And again, it's just going back to that fact, is what is the goal? I want to drop body fat. Okay, how many calories are coming in? How many calories are going out? And if you're not dropping body fat, you're eating as many that's going out. And you might not think you are, but you are. And again, yours was very much in person, and we sat you down, we did the data, and we did it in front of everyone. For the people online, they just generally, they don't get it as specific as that, but we do it online or we do it in the group training. But it's just so people realise like the importance. What was the difference, Brad, between them first 2 weeks and the next, let's say, 10 weeks? Because be honest, because there's going to be people at home watching that are going to be like, that sounds like me, why aren't I losing weight? And they're telling themselves, we go back to the thing of you're nothing but the stories you tell yourself about yourself, and they're telling themselves, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing everything I need to, I'm following my calories, and it's not coming off. What was the difference between them first 2 weeks and the next 10?
So I think for me, the first few weeks was like, there's not much on my plate here. I'm feeling a bit hungry. So, mum and dad aren't in, I'll go and have a quick snack, or at work, a bit of secret eating going on, and then you don't log it, but then it comes back and bites you, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bit of a big one.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing that I speak about all the time. Like, when I say secret eating to people, they get this, they get the back up. Yeah, they get the back up and they imagine like someone sat in bed eating dairy milk and then hiding the wrapper like in the pillowcase.
I was.
You probably was, because she'd kill you. She's prepping all your chicken and rice. She'd kill you. She'd kill you and he'd kill you. But yeah, so again, that's what people think, and it isn't always that. Yeah, it isn't always that. Sometimes it's like I say, sometimes it is things that people aren't tracking. Sometimes it's portion size. Sometimes it's fruit. Either which way, it's too much food for the goal. It's not about saying, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. It's like, what is the goal? To achieve that goal, you should be doing X. Yeah. And if you're doing X, that will equal £1 of weight loss. That will equal £2 of weight loss, whatever that calculation is. Mm-hmm. But I knew fine well that you were overeating on your calories. I didn't know where it was coming in, because, again, then we took you from calorie tracking to AI, and I said, take a picture of everything you eat and drink. So then there's no getting around it then. Mm-hmm. And again, but I knew there was too much food getting in. And I knew, I hoped that if I called you out in front of everyone, eventually that would be enough for you to go, do you know what, I better do something here. And also I knew if I called you out in front of your dad's going to be like, you need to sort your shit out. And again, but it worked though, didn't it? Because in the first 2 weeks, it went up. Yeah. And you were grafting. Fair to say, you were grafting in the gym. And again, this is what people watching at home, they'll be like, I absolutely smashed the gym. My mate, when he goes, he hardly does anything and he's ripped. And because it comes down to energy balance, it doesn't come down to who can work the hardest in the gym. That isn't how you're going to get results. You might feel good, you might get strong, you might get fit, you might do all of them things. They're the things that you can get from the gym. But what you can't do is you can't outwork a bad nutrition program. You can't outwork a bad nutrition protocol. If you're not eating in a calorie deficit, you will not lose weight. It's point blank. And that's kind of what happened to you, innit? Mm-hmm. That you kind of did them first 2 weeks, and then after that, it smashed it off.
Yeah. I had a bit more to lose, didn't I? So try and get it off somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But it was a take home, wasn't it? Yeah. What did you change? Because you said something the other day and it was a belt and I was creased.
What did I say? I can't remember.
It took your card off your phone, didn't you?
Oh, my Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to stop me from using my vending machine at work, took my Apple Pay off.
Yeah.
Stopped me from using it.
Yeah.
So.
And again, and it's such small things like that. And again, the Atomic Habit book that we essentially is the kind of ideas behind all my training is all based on habit-based training. One of the things is make it easy to win and make it hard to lose. So one of the things he talks about is, like, for example, it doesn't have to be Apple Pay. For you, it was Apple Pay. But for people that potentially are online, it's deleting any of, like, the Just Eat apps or anything like that. It's any of the convenience stuff. It's deleting them off. It's about making sure that you don't go to the shop on the way home. It's about if you get home and you sat there and you want a bit of something and it's not in the house, you have to physically get up, get dressed, get wet, get in the car and go get it. And that normally is enough barriers for you to go, do you know what? I probably don't want it. Rather than having it so easy, like you said, just tap and go on your phone. I've come into work, I've got my meals prepped, I'm doing all the right things, but I can just
still
tap and go. And that's the same with people on apps. They can literally, not so much up here, you can't get them delivered, can you? But obviously people in cities, they can be like, do you know what, I fancy a dessert, I'll get an ice cream delivered to the house. And that's what people do. And that's one of the big things, especially post-COVID, where people, it's become so accessible. Like, it blew my mind that people will skip the main meal and they'll just order desserts on an app. It blows my mind. They'll just go online and get like a sundae and get it delivered to the thing and get this big chocolate ball here, and they're not even getting the takeaway, which to me is like, if you get a takeaway, you might get the dessert, but you wouldn't go straight to the dessert. So with regard to you, Helen, tell me where you're at right now. So you do your steps.
Yeah.
You monitor your food. You've changed most of your drinks. Have you got any inclination to go in a gym?
No.
Have you got any inclination to start working out with dumbbells?
You think Robert's bad in the gym if you got me in the gym as well? I just don't have any coordination.
Yeah.
So no, I would not go in a gym. And that's why I did the home edition. There was no way in this world
Yeah.
I've
mentioned it to her.
I would go and do that.
Just come up over Christmas when we do a bit. Just come and try.
No,
She was like,
that's not to be seen.
And again, I think it's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously these guys are both from a sporting background, but it kind of shows that you don't have to be obsessed with the gym to get results, because you dropped a lot of weight, got yourself in great shape, and you have no inclination to go in a gym. You got no inclination to work out in that kind of environment.
No, I don't do any sport or anything. I've got no coordination. It would be like, well, we played tennis once, didn't we? When I was on the thing, and I was like Bambi running around, arms and legs. No, it's not a good sight, but no, it can be done though without having the sporting thing in you. But I got a walking board, didn't I? You got me with from birthday, I think.
Charmer.
And that did help. That definitely helped.
Yeah,
Like I say, darker nights, yeah. Because at the time, you weren't really wanting to go walk of a night, were you?
No.
But, you know,
I bet you hated me back then, didn't you?
I sat there with a glass of wine and watched her walk. Go on, El.
Go on. Do one for me.
I cooked tea and you were like...
yeah, I'm not walking, but sweating it out and...
Yeah, but it just shows, doesn't it? You don't have to be like these guys are competitive, and again, it's one of the things that we've spoke to a lot of clients about today, where it's about identity. These people, they grow up, they're not into sport, they don't do sport at school, they were maybe forced to do PE or tried to get out of it and hated it. So they build an identity that people like them don't get in shape, don't feel good about themselves, can't have a physique that they like, and it's just not true. If you can get the understanding between energy balance, food coming in, food going out, you understand that, you can track it on an app. You don't have to be obsessed with the gym to lose the weight, do you?
No, not at all, no. But like now, the walking is just part of everyday life. We wake up on a Saturday morning and think, right, what we're going to do today, what we've got to do this weekend. And he always says, and we'll have to get walking. And it's like doing ironing of a weekend. You have to do it, you know.
Does Lee do the ironing?
God, can you imagine? But it has just become part of daily routine.
And that's what needs to happen, isn't it? If you think about it from an activity point of view, and you're looking at, like, let's say modern day society, it's the fact that, and I remember COVID, I remember walking to the shop with Giovanna, and she was older, and I remember realising I've never walked my kids to the shop. I've never given money, because it was always drive to the shop and then tap and go. So they never had that thing of holding money. They never had that thing of walking to the shop. So again, it made me realise in COVID that actually I've never done anything like that. I've never been walking with the kids, because it's so easy just to jump in the car, just nip down the road, get in the shop, nip back, and you don't get wet and everything else. And it's just by putting these habits in place, like you say, of like, even if it's like 6,000, 7,000 a day through the week, and then maybe a bit more at a weekend, it's just having these habits of walking and moving more, rather than having it be this big elaborate effort of back squats and deadlifts and all that. And I think that's why our program is kind of open to so many, is the fact that we recognise not everybody wants to go in a gym. Some people do just want to work out from home. Some people do just want the education, the support, the accountability, and they don't want to get into a gym, and you don't have to lose weight.
No.
Bradders?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you would do better at home now or in the gym still?
For me, gym, 100%. Because I know I like the structure of it. And, well, to be fair, no. Probably gym for me. I won't. No, because, well, I'm a bit like you, though. When I first started, I was a bit like, ooh, I don't know people. Obviously, going in as the youngest in the group.
Yeah.
With a bunch of older people, you know, it's like, well...
Mel turning around and saying, I remember you walking to school with my
daughter.
I
remember when you were that big, yeah. Your mum walking to school, yeah, nice one, yeah. But it is, but, you know, it is eye-opening, but it is, for me anyway, definitely better. Keeps you going.
You've got no chance online, have you?
No.
You wouldn't follow that app, would you?
No.
What would you do now if it stops? If it all stopped, would you join a gym?
You'd run to the pub and celebrate.
He's already done that.
Yeah.
Look at that gin, give me a Guinness, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No, I think definitely changed. We're definitely on
the right track now, aren't we?
Would you join a gym?
I think I would, I think I'd have to.
have to do something.
I'd have to do something.
Which is good, innit? Because that's the bug. That's the bug that we want people to get. Obviously, for me, I think there's a massive benefit to, not only for me as well, but for a programme to have community, to have people in and amongst each other, to have a bit of competitiveness, to have the, obviously, with regards to the accountability, you guys have to put your stats in that group, you have to do your progress pictures, you have to log your weight every day. So I know what's going on with everybody. But even as a group as well, there's definitely like that group accountability and showing up and doing, and if someone misses, Brad?
I wasn't the only one that missed that day. You did as well.
These were away on a date night. You went to Carlisle.
Yeah.
It's a bit lean, that, but...
Can't help the traffic.
He'd have been there. He'd have been there if you were there, wouldn't he, Lee?
I can't help the traffic.
He wouldn't have dipped out if your dad were there. But yeah, again, it's that's what we want, is we want people that get the bug. Especially for you lads, that I'm not saying it doesn't come easy to everyone, but it comes really easy to you two. Like, you're both fit, you're both strong, you can both lift weights. Technique-wise, it comes quite easily to you. If you guys can't get the bug, then some people are going to really struggle, because for a lot of people, it doesn't come as easy as it has done to you two. Yes, okay, the nutrition might not come as easy. Yes, okay, the weight loss might not come as easy, and doing the app for your dad. Taking photos, get them on the big screen in a minute. Taking the photos, but actually the gym side of it, I would say, has come quite easy. From where I was standing anyway, has come quite easy. So
I was getting to the door, I think. That's...
Yeah, which again is crazy. It's crazy to think.
That mindset step.
Just starting, isn't it? You know, you got to make the jump. But the best thing we did now, 11 weeks ago, for me anyway.
You've got to say that, don't you, Brad?
Yeah.
You're stuck here on YouTube.
I'd say that the first night I came up, and Hal walked up with me.
It's like I was dropping you off at school.
And I was like a couple of yards behind her, and I said to you, dinner, I said, this is like my first day at school. So that little kid is snotting and crying behind you, and you're like dragging them off to school. But once you get through that play, you know, into
playground.
You're all right.
You're in there. I'm going. Yeah.
And again, people watching that might be exactly what they need to hear, because again, a lad like yourself who's been involved in sport, you're a builder. Again, if you're struggling to get through them doors, it's just, and for me, it just reminds me, I never forget, I don't take for granted how hard it can be for people to make a change, and I've had to make behavioural change. I've never struggled with my weight. I've never struggled with the discipline of training. If anything, I would struggle without it. I would be a shit person without the discipline of going to the gym. It's something that I do every day. But I never take it for granted. But every now and again, you have a conversation just like that one where you realise that it is a big deal for some people, and it isn't always the people that you think. It's not always the people you think, and then you've got other people, again, like Helen, who you're looking, thinking, will she do well, will she not do well? And I don't think you ever had a bad week, did you, really?
No, I think it was...
What's your mind's on?
It's all right, yeah. I could get, like, real mindset, don't I? A bit like Robert. Get something, be in my bonnet, and we're doing it.
Yeah, Rob definitely does that.
The Cooper way.
The Cooper way.
Get on with it.
Get on with it. That's it. Get on with it. Get on with it. So, what are the plans for the future? Helen, you go first. Is your just maintain?
Yeah, just maintain. Yeah, I don't want to lose any more weight because, well, I'll be too thin. Well, too thin. I think I look ill. I think I'm all right now.
So you're happy where you're at now?
Yeah.
Confident where you're at now?
Yeah.
So your main problem's looking after these two?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Big problem.
Easy.
Big problem. I agree. I agree.
We'll sort each other out, don't worry.
Brothers, what's in it? You've got this 12-week coming up.
Yeah.
You've just about to finish it. You've then got Christmas, where we're going to be doing a bit, but probably not as much, because everybody's... And then you're back into another 12-week. What is the goal?
Go again, yeah. I'm not done
So what is
losing.
the goal? Come on, get some numbers put up on the
More
screen.
numbers.
Get some numbers. What was the goal this time?
The goal was a stone, I think.
And you've done that.
Yeah.
So what's the goal next time?
Another stone.
Another stone?
Yeah.
It's out there now.
Yeah, another stone. You heard it here first.
You heard it. All right, Brad. It's my podcast, not yours.
Get me back in.
It's my podcast, not yours.
12 months time, get me back in. No, 12 weeks.
So,
No.
Yeah. And it's true, isn't it? Like, it's there to be lost. You've got it to lose.
Yeah.
And again, you've got that mindset now.
Yeah.
You've got that mindset. You work hard. It is literally just about, and same as it is for probably 95% of people. is just not losing the way over Christmas.
Yeah.
And again, I've said it. I'd obviously had you all around the board this weekend. This week, and kind of showed you. And again, I feel like I'm leaving kids, to be honest, Helen, because what happens is if I have a break, and it's very rare I have a break, but when I have a break, it kind of people just go AWOL. People just go AWOL. So the big thing is about not going mad at Christmas. Yeah. Staying at home and weighing in. Not going on a 2-week holiday to Ulverston and playing COD. Losing another stone.
Yeah.
Lee, where are we going to be at?
Yeah, I'm in for Hall, I think. Definitely more to come off.
How much are you going to go to? Get it said on camera. Look deep into that camera there, Lee. Tell the camera.
Well, I think I've got another.
Oh, say it.
Come on.
Say it.
Come on, he is shying.
A good stone, I think. Yeah.
So another stone.
Yeah,
12 weeks, another stone.
Yeah.
And then we've got the body scanner.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 couple of goals there. We've got that, and we've got the body scanner as well.
Yeah, we need to get that down, don't we? Down under.
Yeah, and I think again for people watching, the body scanner especially for you two has been massive, because it would be so easy. Like I've said to both of you, you both train really hard. It comes quite easy to you, and it would be so easy to look at the numbers sometimes and be a little bit disheartened. But by having the body scanner and getting on and realising like how much muscle mass you've gained is massive. Because sometimes, let's say the scales have come down by, I don't know, 4 kilos, 3 kilos. But if you've gained 2 kilos of muscle as well, that body compositional changes, and you can see it by both of you on the photos. But by getting that data, it kind of keeps you going. And that's one of the reasons why we invested in it. It's the only one in Cumbria, is before people that are reverse dieting. So people, especially females, I don't want to say that men don't struggle with reverse dieting, but females generically, when they get down to, if they've struggled to get down to a weight for a very, very long time, and they suddenly get down there, and then what they have to do is work out how many calories they need to go from where they are and maintain that weight, they're scared to death of eating them calories, because they might see the scales go up, but that'll be glycogen, that'll be water, they might gain some muscle mass. So again, the body scanner for that is absolutely key. And the same for you guys that are coming in, you probably haven't trained structurally like that for a very, very long time, if ever. You're going to gain muscle. So by seeing the muscle mass on there and seeing the numbers on the scale, you can start and put them together and realise, actually, yes, I might not have lost as much body fat as, I don't know, someone down the road that's on Slimming World, but I've gained a lot of muscle as well, which means when you look at the photos, that's what's happening. You're seeing them body compositional changes, not just weight loss. And that's the difference, again, when we speak about any kind of diet club, when we speak about any kind of exercise where you're just generically going out walking, and then you look at training, people that are going in, back squatting, deadlifting, benching, focusing on the numbers, different rep ranges, making sure that you're trying to push each other and beat like last week's previous PB. That's what's going to lead to obviously gaining the muscle mass as well. So although the main goal is for you to drop body fat, actually watching the body scanner and seeing that you're gaining muscle along the way gives you that confidence that even if the scales aren't going down, I know I'm making changes. And that can make a massive, massive difference. Anything you want to say on camera? Go on, Lee. Anything you want to say, Brad?
No,
Get it in now.
I'll say it in the car when we get out.
You know you've got to come in on Monday.
Yeah.
You know you've got to come in on Monday. So let's just finish with a massive thank you for everyone obviously investing in the brand, and looking at that camera, Brad, and tell them you're going to be there all week.
I'll be there all week.
No Christmas dues.
No Christmas dues.
Is he going to be there?
He'll be there. I may not be.
I was going to say.
Oh, here we go. Look into that camera, Lee, and tell him, are you going to be there all week?
I'm not going to be there all week.
And where are you going to be?
I'm got a Christmas do on Wednesday.
Wednesday? Who goes on a Christmas do on Wednesday?
This is, well, it's
You're
a good
making it
thing
up.
because you can't drink so much. And I won't be on the starter.
Where are you going?
Where am I going? Somewhere in Barrow. Where am I going?
So we went
Look
through
at
it
me.
we went through it on the board, didn't we, Brad?
Yep.
No
No
starter,
starter.
no dessert,
Yeah.
gin and tonic,
Yep.
and we don't double carb.
No.
Good chance I'll be driving. So I'll just be.
Driving?
Not a chance. You'll be running away.
Get him. Go on, Brad. Tell him. Tell him.
Don't know.
The good
Old you might have rang me, mightn't he?
The good thing about having you both in is you cannot wait to grass on each other. that is the best bit about it for me. Is one, you push each other, so it's better for me. You're going to get better results, and I can tout your bodies all over Instagram, ain't it, Brad? And secondly, is obviously you grass each other up, because that's what happens with you group. You don't have any loyalties to each other. You'll just grass anyone up to take the heat off you.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Have a quiet session, but yeah.
You just make sure you're in if
You
your
make
dad's
sure
not.
you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be in Carlisle on Wednesday, sorry.
Yeah.
You won't.
Visiting, visiting the grandma.
God.
Phoebe's grandma again.
Yeah.
Let's not go into that on the podcast.
Let's not, no.
Right, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Lee, you've been very well behaved.
I know.
And very well behaved. Been sat on your hands and sat on your opinions.
Yeah.
If only you were this small, well behaved in the studio.
Those scary cameras.
Yeah, we'll get them on. Right, thank you so much for coming on, guys, and we'll end it there.
Thank you.
Thank you.